Hi, Hosanna. This is your solar return reading. I am so excited to do this reading for you. In front of us, I have your birth chart pulled up. I like to touch base here first, get a little acquainted with your energy, and then pull up what your solar return looks like so we can have the base here before we reach out to the new year. So what you see is your chart, and then you see some little tables here with more information. I like to start with the big three. You are a Virgo rising, a Libra sun, and a Leo moon. So right away, the first thing that pops out to me is that you have so much going on the left side of your chart here. We call that the eastern side, even though it looks like it would be called the west side. But this is the horizon of your birth chart, the eastern part, if we're looking at this from Earth to the sky. So when someone has the Eastern Hemisphere mostly populated compared to the other side, then we look at someone who is going to be mostly influential to others versus being influenced by others. So I already get the sense that this is somebody who knows who they are. They have a pretty strong sense of self. They're not looking so much to learn about who they are through other people and experiences. They already know who they are, and they're looking to spend time maybe influencing others, but solidifying their own pursuits and feelings of accomplishments in their own right. So this is less about partnerships as much as it is about the individual leaving their mark on the world. So in doing that, you do it through the lens of the Virgo rising. So this gives you the analytical mind, the person that comes into new experiences, collecting data, someone who is somewhat of the scientific methods mind, analyzing, observing, really trying to understand situations that you become part of versus trying to be understood yourself. You really want to do the work to take inventory on situations that you are new in. You might have been told that you are a quick learner, that you have an eye for detail, that you have the ability to organize and make sense of a bunch of chaos thrown at you. That is the Achilles heel of the Virgo rising, is that they are very organized and analytical, and in doing so, they find themselves in chaotic situations that need somebody to make sense out of chaos with your logical mind and your ability to roll with the punches and not get too flustered. Being a flexible, mutable sign that Virgo is, it can dodge and miss traps that other people fall in. So it makes you somebody who is sought after when times get tough or there's chaos going around. People like you tend to make good first responders, give detailed reports of what's going on, making good reporters, messengers, um, frontline first responders, taking the calls and staying calm in self. Sometimes you attract energy of people that need that type of person. So you might find that you're attracted to or wind up in situations where people are not organized and it's kind of a mess, or there's potential, but they can't see it. You can be the eyes and the organizer of people, places, and things. So, moving on from your rising sign, we have your sun sign in Libra. A 14-degree Libra in the second house is somebody who has this Venusian quality. So, Libra being ruled by Venus, and the second house, traditionally a Taurus house, also ruled by Venus, you are going to have a sense of beauty and harmony that you carry with you that you are shining onto other people, right? The sun is where the light shines in our chart on ourselves, how we are then shining our light to other people in this Libra energy of being somebody who seeks harmony and cooperation, who might have a great aesthetic taste, really looking for things that provide a higher sense of quality, that you are in it for the real deal of things and not counterfeit people or objects. You really take pride in true value of the items that you buy, the things that you wear, how you present yourself, and how you associate yourself with other people. Quality and value is a very second house theme. You are willing to work hard for what you have because you understand that good things are worth the time and effort and the price tag. You're not looking for a cheap deal to get something that's not going to last. And that can be generalized to all areas of your life with the sun. You do best aligning with that energy of yourself when you really live by that. I'm not going to take a shortcut. I'm not going to try to get it done fast. I'm not just going to accept any invitation. I am someone of value and quality, and that is my standard for all things. When you align with the sun in your chart, you usually feel pretty good about yourself. So that is what you want to do. You have this Pluto Kazemi. So that means that when you were born, Pluto and the sun were together forming this super planet. And when that happens, it makes you a very magnetic person. This gives you like a boldness that a typical Libra, Virgo rising would not normally have. There's something about you that is intense. Some people think that it's the eyes. You might have this very intense gaze. You might just get like this tunnel vision when you are pursuing something in life. There is this sense of absolute energy and this drive to get what you want. That magnetic energy is where people know that when you want something that you are going to go full force for it, or that you want to learn about something, you want to learn about someone, you are going to go to the depths that there are to get the truth. And people will feel uncomfortable if they lie around you or if they're hiding something from you. You have a very detective sort of mind and presence where you can almost be like the human lie detector. There's this sixth sensibility that you can pick up on people who aren't being completely truthful. Are they deceiving you? You might even have this sense of paranoia about wondering if people are always seeking out, is someone hiding something from you? Um, the North Node is also tight with you, all this Libra energy. You are looking for this sense of this partnership, this collaboration, this communication, the the mediator, the politician, all of these things are Libra qualities. But when you have so much energy in Libra, the number one thing that you're looking for in your life is balance. So sometimes that can be challenging with the Pluto involved here because you can be so intense and consumed by things, by drama, yours or other people's, of seeking what you think you're owed by something, just being very determined in that tunnel vision. But this Libra North Node would say that ultimately you're looking to find balance in your life between yourself and other people, that you're not 100% on someone else and 100% on yourself. You're looking to find a way to balance the scales in who you are and who the people you are dealing with. And then ultimately, this brings you a sense of security in your own life. Being in the second house, this is the house of stability of what we have and what we have done for ourselves to get it, being less involved in the drama related to other people to be able to get something or inherit something or feel like they owe you something. putting in the efforts that it takes for you to stand on your own 2 feet in a way that you feel like you're not burning bridges, that you have achieved balance and harmony in what you have been able to build for yourself in this life. That's touching on the nodes there. And then lastly, we'll just talk about your moon being in Leo. And now we have the first fire that we see here. So we went from an earth rising, an air sun. And now we have a fire moon. So this is our creative energy. This gives you a sense between your other energies. This big three energy gives me this feeling of like this live and let live goal of this chart is you really are here to spark this fire in yourself and your deepest emotional needs, your deepest sense of who you are is this Leo creative energy of warmth, enthusiasm, being somebody who enjoys being alive and even has like this playful attitude about it. And when you do that, you're able to really live in this life. And that's what you're being called to do when you have Leo energy. Be expressive, excited. Um, Let that fire in you be something that's contagious to other people that inspires them to live their truest life also. And doing so in a way that you're enjoying yourself is the Leo energy. The the let live part of that then would be the lesson here of the Pluto Sun Cazimi and the Virgo rising of letting other people play the cards that they've been dealt without feeling the need to either rescue or intervene on their lives. With the second house energy here, you're really asked to spend time on you, at least let there be a balance between you and the other people so that you're not forsaking what you want to do in this life because you feel obligated or emotionally committed to people where you have to sacrifice your own talents for the sake of their needs. The live and let live just came to mind because that is a balance. You're living your life and you're letting other people do what they need to do. You don't have to be responsible or you don't owe people the sacrifice of your own self so that they can be safe. The Pluto sun, sometimes there's this feeling that something owns you or you have this fear of somebody else coming in to control you. It could either be one way or the other. Someone actually does. Sometimes it's the father figure in the life of the Sun Pluto person that they've been overshadowed. They've been expected to do certain things in life, that the free will that they've had has been an illusion. They actually don't have any free will. This has already been predetermined for them. So the sun person is shadowed by that. And the challenge here is to break free from that, not feel like you emotionally owe it to anyone just because you're someone's daughter or friend or lover or sibling, that you still have the right, the sun still has a right to shine in its own chart, no matter who is next to it. And your Leo moon just reinforces that. Leo is naturally ruled by the sun. Even in your deepest self, you are shining. You might be someone that gets called to the spotlight even when you're not looking for it. Amongst friends in the 11th house, you might have changing or evolving friendships, but somehow you're called to be the star player of that, the main character of your friendships, of your organizations. You have some skill, some talent that is called on, and you are meant to have the attention in this life. And you find that you are constantly evolving and transforming who you are. The last part of the Pluto Sun Cazimi is that you undergo many major transformations in who you are and portraying to other people in your identity to the world and how people see you. That can undergo many changes in your life every time you grow and put on a new level. You level up in life, and how you start is not what it's going to look like when you're all the way completed through your evolutions. So now let's move on to your solar return chart, because when we're doing the solar return chart, we're going to see that some things change. The only thing that is guaranteed to not change is the sign and degree of the house of the sun, or not the house, the actual sun itself. You'll see that everything else is able to change here. So your solar return is actually on the 6th at 8:41 p.m. That is when the sun goes back to Libra at 14 degrees and 0 seconds. That is your solar return exact time, since we use the Gregorian calendar that breaks it up into 365 days. That is not actually how the sun moves. So when the sun returns, it doesn't exactly fall on the same calendar date as when you were born. The solar return is when it actually comes home to the exact degree it was in when you came into this world. So for you this year, that's October 6th at 8:41 p.m. Happy solar return to you. This year, you are moving on to different themes. Your blueprint to your chart, your actual birth chart is with you. That is like your fingerprint. It is always part of you. But every year we have different opportunities, different challenges, different feelings as we grow as a person, and the weather that is in the universe changes. So for this year, you are moving from a second house sun to a fifth house sun. And as far as it being a solar return, that is a big deal because this revolves around the sun. And the fifth house is the house of Leo, the house of self-expression and the house of enjoyment, pleasures, and enjoying life through our talents and our creativity, the creations that we make on our own, that we can leave as a representation of who we are. So right away, it's asking you to have some fun and to have something outside of yourself that is your energy. To be creating something is the message of this year. Is it creating um, a new talent? Is it creating a new relationship? Is it creating a new way to gain income? It could be many different things, but with your Venus and your South Node also in the fifth house, it is asking us to pay attention here to love relationships. So this could be lovers, this could be family, this could be friendships. With the South Node right there, we're all coming out of this South Node Venus conjunction, which is a time in Virgo where we're asked to be discerning about the people of our past who maybe we are starting to outgrow, or we have these feelings of wanting to evolve beyond that. So the South Node is where we have been. It did provide us some sort of gift. It was helpful to us. We were helpful to it. It is a reciprocal situation. Venus being there is saying we can have fond memories of that, but we don't want to grow stagnant in the old. So this year, can we begin to release things of the past, of people, of these relationships that we have been called to move on from? Are we ready and willing to break free of that? Because when we only have so much of our time and our love energy to give people, we have to make sure that we're not just leaving all the tabs open. We need to be discerning to make sure that we're not feeling drained emotionally on things that are no longer serving us. So part of your journey in this year is to be working on that. And in the house of fun and pleasure and enjoyment, this can open up things for you to really find a new love affair of life, or if you're married or single, finding some type of romantic feel about being here and maybe spending time and money and energy on those type of pleasures, on like romance itself, or feeling like you're falling in love with yourself. It can be about the good things in life. That is the energy here. So that's a really great thing for you after looking at your birth chart. I feel like this Leo energy lives in you already. So asking you to really let that fire in you light up and be exposed and feel alive. Like what makes you feel alive? Can you tap into that? Can you be aligned with that this year? Do some new things, try something competitive and playful, try something where the spotlight's on you a little bit more than it usually is. The fifth house loves to be the center of attention. Somewhere deep down in that Leo moon, I feel like you do too. So tap into that. Your moon sign is in Aries this year, so this is going to give you this like bravery, this ability to assert yourself, to take a risk, go for it, think less. I say that jokingly because your rising sign is Gemini, and that is a very heavy thinking rising sign. So you're going to still have a lot of thoughts like you are used to with your Virgo rising. Virgo and Gemini are both ruled by Mercury. That's just what happens. You're always thinking. You're not someone who is just going to act. But this year, you have an opportunity to try to lean into being a little bit more impulsive, take the risks, be daring, and make it about yourself, right? Aries rules the I am mantra. So when you have an Aries moon, you are being asked to be more in self. What makes you feel emotionally secure and nurtured is you. So, this is a situation where you want to take advantage of that. Well, how do I feel? Checking in with myself. If this isn't right, then don't. The sun and the moon oppose each other this year. So, your sun is always Libra, but your moon being Aries, we have this balance again. Am I doing for me or am I doing for someone else? Can I at least get it balanced to where I am being considered in this also? The Libra sun can suffer in the way that it can be so interested in the other person. It's just so automatic that you don't even think about it. You just are always thinking for how your actions are going to impact someone else. And that's great. I mean, that's great for the other person. We just want to make sure that it's great for you too. And the Aries moon this year is going to help you feel a little bit more restless when you're not getting your way. You're going to feel that heat. You might even like physically get hot. You might feel that fire in you. Like, it's my turn. It's mine. I want it. I am the person that is going to make things happen for myself. And that's great because your moon and your sun, they're opposing each other, but they both are talking to your MC. Your Aries is what we call sextiling your MC, and your sun is what we call trining your MC. And in both those situations, those are opportunities for being seen in this world in a really good light. It's having opportunities to be recognized and to achieve whatever goals you have. So it's saying this is a good year, whatever your long-term goals are. The MC can sometimes represent career. It doesn't have to. It can be vocation, whatever you feel like your calling is. What are you aspiring to be known for in this life? If I meet you at a party and I say, "Hi, I'm Sarah. Who are you?" You tell me Hosanna, and then I say, "What do you do?" That's the MC. What do you do? How should I remember you? What is your reputation? Where do I place you in my mind of how I'm going to hold on to your name and what you tell me you do? So sometimes that answer is career, sometimes it's um, status in a family, mother, sometimes it's what you do for a hobby. It could be anything, but whatever that answer is, that's your MC, and that's what you're trying to be known for. You want to do it well. You want to have a good reputation in society about this thing. So whatever that is, this is a good year to be moving towards it or climbing up in it. So if it is a work-related situation, then this is the year you you are going to be well received. Your sun sign is taking the spotlight in the fifth house. That's what you need. If there's projects, someone needs to lead a project, you can do it. You're the show, the spotlight is on you. Go for it. The moon is helping you too. Does someone need to take initiative, spout out a new idea? That's you, Aries moon. You're going to feel restless if you don't just put your hand up. Yes, you can do it. You're ready. Let's go. You're enthusiastic. People are going to be ready to be on your team, to applaud you. This is a good year to really have that go-getter type of energy. The the other areas to look at here are where your Mercury and your Mars have moved. So natally, you have a Cancer Mars that's a little less assertive. So Cancer doesn't love being in Mars because Mars likes to have that Aries just do it type of mentality, where Cancer is very cautious. It's never willing to put its neck on the line for things. That's just not gonna jive well, especially with that Virgo rising, who's very thinking things through. But this year, it's the Mars is in Scorpio, which it naturally used to be in the old astrology. That is the ruler. So it's very comfortable there. It's saying, let's go. We have a goal. We have some type of vision. I have the drive. I have the energy and I want it and I'm going to do it. So you have the opportunity to do that. It being in the sixth house, this could go towards like a mind body. Are you wanting to do a new health regimen? Are you really all of a sudden interested in nutrition? Mercury is also there in a critical degree. Is this significant for you with your Gemini rising? Mercury rules Gemini. So at a critical 0 degrees, I mean, this is new territory. This is initiating something different. So a different way of thinking would be this Mercury energy. You have a lot of interest in this area. So our daily routines, how we show up in the world, where we go when we show up in the world, what we are doing in and out. Sometimes this is our work house. If the 10th house is our long-term careers and recognition for what we've spent our life doing, the sixth house is the day in and day out that we are working through to get there. So, where do you clock in? Where do you clock out? That's the sixth house. How do you take care of your body that you live in and day out? Things like that. The Scorpio energy is saying maybe there's a transformation coming there. Are you interested in doing something different? Are you interested in completely starting over in this area? Are you getting a rebirth in how you take care of your body or where you go to work? These could be opportunities that you are thinking or talking about doing something different, and not in a flighty way, but in a completely devoting yourself to this new transformative way of your routines. And that has deep, long impact in Scorpio. You are really going to put the time into this. This is a steady energy of working on something. And it could relate back to the career opportunities if this is something that you are looking to be known for. The 0 degrees suggests that it's a newer initiative. So it would either make me think you're maybe doing a new job interest or you're taking on a new position. You're going to be known for things differently there. A Mercury in 0 degrees suggests that this is a deeper level in Scorpio. Do you already do something? Have you been doing it for a while, but you are newly an expert? Are you taking on a new position of power? Scorpio is often seen as a leader, a some type of authority on things. This could be that, but it is a new energy and it's the ruler of Gemini, which would mean that this is a big deal for you. This is a big deal. What you spend your time thinking about, talking about, studying is going to be seen in your everyday life. And you have a lot of drive to do it with Mars there too. And also, Jupiter is in the third house, which is also studying and learning things. And that house is being expanded for you this year. So it's asking, is this the year that you're really going to be learning about things that are helping you with achieve this Mercury energy? Are you back? Are you relearning something? Are you taking on a new subject? The ninth house has Pluto there for you of transformation. So the ninth house is usually the higher learning. This is something that is going to be transformed for you with Pluto. And then the third house, where Jupiter is sitting, is the everyday awareness learning. So the way we write and read, and we're really taking classes where we're learning things, Jupiter would be saying there's room here to really learn something new if you wanted to. And then the ninth house would be it could transform you on a higher level. Are you looking to do something where you would have to go back to like a college, or would you go into teaching? Are you looking to really like transform yourself and face maybe fears that you have about how much there is still to learn about these things? The Pluto energy is always asking us to face our fears in some sort of way and then transform through it. Do you feel like there are things that you don't know that is keeping you from being the top of your game? Do you need to face that? Do you need to be studying more? Is there something else you need to learn so that somebody out there is not a higher authority than you? It's a very mental energy with the Mercury and the third and ninth house. So you might find yourself that you are really interested in academia or some type of philosophies where you're leveling yourself up, where there's not other people who are already the experts on this, that you bring something to the table and that you are the master of the knowledge of these types of things. And lastly, I just want to note that Uranus is on your ascendant, so it suggests that you are really interested in being an individual of not just following and doing things because everybody else is doing it. This year, you really notice what's unique about yourself. And with Uranus being there and the sun in the fifth house, it's a creative energy. You're not interested in the same old, same old. You really want to shake things up this year and who you are and what's happening. You're really able to like shuffle the deck and redeal the cards. You're ready for whatever else, what sudden change happens for you. And it's on yourself, it's on your personality. Do you suddenly have a new, like, inspiring idea? Are you all of a sudden not interested in what everybody else is doing? Do you suddenly feel like eccentric in like the best way and you just want to put that out there? It's like this inspiration of a change, and sometimes it can feel chaotic when it comes in, but it's like this whole new shakeup, and that's sitting on this self. So the end of this year could look different than the way it started. You're embracing change. You're okay if things get turned upside down. This is a year of a newness, and it's opposing your part of fortune. So it's saying to embrace yourself for your uniqueness and whatever you have, this insight maybe that other people don't have. And then also that remembering though that, we're always looking for that balance with those Libra scales, that you want to remember that there are partnerships in your life worth keeping. So with your Venus South Node, where we're kind of trimming the fat on things that are old and outdated so you have more energy for the loves in your life that are current and feeding you and really feeding that fire of the fifth house. But that other people, the part of fortune, the people that do bring you happiness, the happiness you find in partnerships, because you are a Libra sun, partnerships are important to you. That they this year they are still bringing you happiness. This is not that you have to be a loner this year. You don't have to feel like an outlaw. There's people are still bringing you happiness. It's finding balance there. You're free to be who you are. Embrace that. Find the freedom and fun in being an individual, expressing that, and then find the people that make you feel happy for seeing who you really are. And it looks like it brings you a lot of fun and excitement and bravery, and it boosts you towards whatever it is that you're looking to be known for, and helps you along the way. And you also pick up a lot of mental energy, find that you can learn easily, and there's still so much to learn that excites you, and you really want to put the time into that every single day. You want to spend time learning about that and feeding that and becoming the authority of it someday, that there's nobody else that knows more than you on that. You are the power of that. So very exciting, energetic year. This is not a year of rest. This is a year of doing, becoming, exciting, changing, learning, developing. So I hope that you get plenty of sleep because you're going to have a lot of energy to spend out there. So thank you so much and happy solar return. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm so happy to go over anything again. And I hope that you have the best day. All right, take care.